हरिओम जगदीशा जी।
हरिओम हरिओम।
नमस्ते जगदीश जी।
नमो नमः।
हरिओम नमस्ते जी।
नमस्ते नमस्ते
नमस्ते जगदीश जी।
नमस्ते नमः सर्वेभ्यः।
How are you?
I'm all right.
Good, good.
हरिओम आचार्य जी।
हरि ओम।
Is it Acharya ji is given after certain Pāṇini expertise? How does it work?
What? G came from Hindi.
Ha. And Acharya?
Acharya is a Sanskrit word.
Oh, okay, okay.
G is not a Sanskrit word.
So it will be Shri Acharya ji. Shri.
Ah.
Mhm. Thank you.
Okay, 2 minutes are up. So let us start with the prayers. Let me share screen. See my screen?
Yes.
Clear page? Okay. Maybe one or two of you can join me for the prayers. Om Gajanana Padmarkam Gajanana Maharnisham Anekadantam Bhuttanam Ekadantam Upasmahe Saraswati Namastubhyam Varade Kamarupini Vidyarambham Karishyami Siddhir Bhavatu Me Sada Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnu Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha Guru Sakshat Parabrahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahanam Bhunaktu Sah Viravahavai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai Om Shanti Shanti Vakyakaram Vararuchim Bhashakaram Patanjalim Pāṇiniಂ Sutrakarancha Pranatosmi Munitrayam Atha Maheshwara Sutrani Aiyun Rilak Evong Ayauch Ayavarat Lan Nyamangananam Jabhanya,
Jabanya,
Gadadash,
Gadadash,
Jabagadadash,
Jabagadadash,
Kapha Chatatha Chatatau,
Kapha Chatatha Chatata,
Kapai,
Kapai,
Shashasar,
Shasasar,
Hal,
Hal,
Iti Maheshwarani Sutrani.
Iti Maheshwarani Sutrani.
All right. So I sent a Visarga Sandhis quiz after the last class. Only 1% responded. That too pretty right away after just a few minutes. I thought there may be a lot more replies because people were asking for homework.
I thought it was more like in the class that you would ask everyone. I didn't know you had to write because I don't have a lipi in my WhatsApp.
Oh,
Lipi.
okay. You can answer right away verbally now.
Okay, so yachakayor madhye, that's Guru Brahma Sandhi. So
Okay,
it's
let's go from the beginning.
okay. So kākaha avayate, that's a visarga lopa. So kākaha, that's a Arjuna Uvacha Sandhi.
Yeah, tell your name because
Oh, my name is Brahman.
okay, name is not Brahman. Your reality is Brahman. Name is given.
Oh, thank you for correcting me, Pratima Shah.
Okay, no, so that people will know.
Yeah. No, I don't want to get credit for anything because you are amazing teacher. So everything.
We will see how much you get. How
Okay,
many you get.
Okay, so kaka havayate is in number 1 line. Then
Okay.
also yachak natu kako na
Okay, let me see whether I can
yachako na.
yeah.
That's the same line. That's a namo namaha sandhi because yachakaha na o plus hash is equal to namo namaha sandhi. That's why yachako becomes yachako.
Okay.
That's number 1. Then a second line is yachakayo kaka yachakayor madhye. That is Guru Brahma Sandhi because it's between yachakayoho madhye. There's a ich plus visarga ash. That's Guru Brahma Sandhi, and that's why it becomes yor ra refa.
Okay.
And then next one is kako na. So kako na is a kakaha plus harsh is aha plus harsh equal to namo namaha sandhi. So that's just like Krishna Hasati. That's namo namaha. So kako na. So
okay. So I just put that so that people can see the wordings also.
oh, okay.
Okay, you can see the screen, the words.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. This is what I sent. I don't know. I put that up in the WhatsApp group, but I had mentioned that I will post it in the WhatsApp group. Surprise, not many people responded. Okay. Okay. Kaka ahvayate visarga lopa sandhi, Arjuna uvacha sandhi, their nickname. Then yanchako natu, there's
namo namaha.
Namo namaha sandhi. Next. Kaka yuchakayor madhya, you already mentioned it. There's a Guru Brahma sandhi. Then
Yes. Kako na. That's a namo namaha sandhi.
okay. So there are 4 sandhis.
Yeah.
4 visarga sandhi. I think there is one more, which is like hiding in a plain sight.
Yeah, I really thought it was kaka yachakayo madhe, and then I went into the chapter 2 is between
no, that is right. Kartika yachakayor madhye is right. There are other than 4 already mentioned. All the 4 you mentioned are there. Yes.
Mahodaya, there's one more.
Yeah.
Mahodaya, there's one more between Varaha and Kako.
Exactly. Because I didn't put the the Jihva Muliya thing because generally in the text you don't. Okay, but you still make the sandhi because that is in the last pada. Okay, so if you have to read that kaka ahvayate kakan yachako natu yachakan kaka yachakayor madhye varah kako na yachakaha. So okay, varah kako. So there is a
Jihva Muliya
sandhi there. The visarga becoming the Jihva Muliya. I
was one or other confusion. I kept thinking that kaka yachako also is sandhi because yachakayo, that's a second vibhakti, right? So kaka and yachakayo. So I thought maybe there is something there, but I
Oh,
wasn't
no, no,
sure.
no. That is kākayācaka yoho. So kākayācaka is one word. Is connected by samasa.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Kākahacha yācakascha kākayācakau. Okay, dvivachana. And this yachaka yoho is shashti dvivachana. Because there are two. Comparing between the two. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So here visarga lopa sandhi. This is so if you have to break the sandhi, then kākaha ahvayate kākan, yachakaha natu yachakan, kākayācakayoho madhye varaha kākaha na yachakaha. That is breaking all the sandhis. Okay, because kākaha and ahvayate, there is a visarga between kākaha. Because that's a two different words. So that visarga is lopa. Any questions?
Not on this, Jagadishaji, but is
Okay.
there an example for the dental in the yan sandhi? Is there an example for the dental sandhi?
The examples are very, very rare.
Okay.
Okay. In the yan sandhi, didn't we give one?
I don't think we had one for.
That's because there's not a lot of words starting with the l vowel.
Okay.
Even r is very, 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 very few, right? Rishi, Ritu. What else starts with r? If you have so much problem finding a word with the r, there's hardly any. That's what I mentioned that. Example for any sandhi involving lakara is very, very rare. And we have to make one up. And generally that comes from some grammatical term as an example.
Okay.
In today's class, I'll mention one for guna sandhi, and you will notice immediately that this is one made up taking some grammatical terms.
Okay. Thank you.
Jagadishaji,
Yeah.
sorry, can I go ahead? So
Yeah, please.
because in the yarn Sandhi, I was doing those exercises and I got stuck in this kartradi. And I can we
Yeah,
look
yeah.
into that?
Of course we can. Okay. Anybody has any questions on this visarga sandhi thing? Let's get this.
Can you type of the actual sandhis, please?
On which one?
On this one. So kākaha.
Okay, the sandhis, I don't want
Can
to
you
type
just
it
type
up.
it here?
Yeah, I can. Okay. Oh, for that I have to change the font. Okay, this is where I posted from. So kākaha ahvayate kākan. So this yachako, the O is yachakaha, natu yachakan. Now here kāka yachaka yor madhye. This will be
Guru Brahma Sandhi.
yeah. So I don't know why you want to be typed up, because by now you should be pretty familiar with breaking the visarga sandhi. Okay, madhye varaha kākaha na yachakaha. This is a verse is given. The first step in understanding a verse is breaking the sandhis. Okay, so this will be the first step we will have done. Like in say in our in the home study course, he didn't. I think books they generally don't do because it's add to pages. Okay, but in any understanding, you have to break the sandhi first, then rearrange the word in a prose order so that it will make sense in like a sentence. Okay, and then try to understand.
I know you can't fall asleep. Now you're hungry.
Okay, we have a new student.
Is it done?
My pumping is done.
Okay.
Okay.
This is not done.
Thank you.
Jagadishaji, how did you have a kaka yachaka hayo? Yo?
Oh, where did that come from?
Exactly.
Yachaka yoho.
Okay, good. Thank you.
Okay. So there's a reason why I posted this. On Friday, I was in the ashram. I was going for a walk in the trail, and I saw a single crow calling somebody. So I thought this Subhashita came to my mind. And then just before that, I gave an example comparing crow and for Jihva Mulya, we talked about a Subhashita.
Kakaha and
Kaka Krishna, Pika Krishna.
yeah, Pika Krishna.
Yeah. So we kind of insulted Kaka there. So I thought this will be this is kind of praising the Kaka. So make it up. Okay. So then we will close this, and I think maybe I will stay on this. Okay. Now somebody asked the question about the Yan Sandhi one exercise, because if I have to type it up, I better stay on this page.
It was me, Uma.
Yeah, tell me.
So the kartradi.
Okay.
So I could figure out it's adi, but then
Okay, what is the Purvapada?
so the
Okay, Kartru, right?
but if
Okay.
so what confused me was the tra is it plus ra, it plus ra, right?
Yeah.
So if you have to get ra, should there has to be in the Purvapada a r, right?
Yeah,
So
here is here.
that's the okay.
The Kartru, there is a ar before the ta, and after the ta is the r. Okay, Kartru. Okay, let's do this. Kartru plus adi. Okay. Now let's do our regular procedure. I mean, separate the letters that participate in the sandhi. Okay. So Purva Varna is one of the ik, right? R is an ik.
Yeah.
Followed by what it should be followed by?
So
by an ach.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so a is an ach. Okay. So the sandhi is happening between these. But the sandhi rule says the Purva Varna will be replaced by, R should be replaced by what?
Repa.
Repa. Okay. Copy. And it is a pure repa only. So I will just replace this with repa. Okay. See what happened there now. Okay. So karta and r. Now what happens to this r and ra? R and a together. Ra. Okay. So now suppose I take this. Okay, let's write this as it is. So because we are going step by step.
Vibhaktis step is jumping, make out Vibhaktis step.
Please put on mute. Okay, so this r plus a will become
Ra.
Okay, that will become ra and d afterward. Now, if you read it, how will you read? Kartradi, right? So if I just copy this, so if you go step by step, there won't be any confusion. Okay, so r and this it won't take because it already took that it's a separate word. So it will be now you know where the ra came from.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So this arka is there. There is a r before ta also. There's a part of the word that did take place in the sandhi. Okay.
Okay.
So,
thank you.
Yeah.
Now it's clear.
One more question, Jagdishji.
Yeah.
Again, I just want to make sure it was in making the yan sandhi, iti plus uchyate. It should be ityuchyate, right?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Just want to make sure. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Now here are all the steps, step by step. There should not be any confusion now.
No, it's clear. Thank you.
Okay.
Tadashi, I just thought I had the same problem, and it didn't make any sense because I didn't know the meaning of katradi. So I made katru, the separation I did is kartru plus adi. Because kartu, I thought it doesn't make any sense to me, kartradi. That's why.
Okay, so while making the sandhi, it is okay here, but while making the sandhi, it may not make meaningful sense because sandhi is used while making a word also. Okay, when you make the word from different parts, say dhatu and the pratyaya, then dhatu and pratyaya may not have their own meanings.
Okay.
It means the meanings once it makes a word. Okay. Sandhi is like a mechanical connection. But to your question, this kartru is a word.
Yeah.
Okay, not a word. This is a pratipadika. The karta, what we call karta is after a vibhakti.
Yes.
Okay. So the vibhakti added to what? The pure without adding any vibhaktis or case endings. The pure pratipadika is kartru.
Right.
Okay. So it is there. It is not. No, it is not kartu. Kartuhu is one of the vibhaktis. Fifth and sixth vibhakti is kartuhu.
Okay. Okay.
So the pure pratipadika or the nominal stem is kartru, ending in r. Okay, that's why when you are talking about, suppose we are by-hearting the vibhakti forms of say kartru shabda, then we'll say kartru shabda rikaranta pullinga kartru shabda. Okay, so pure pratipadika is that. Then you say karta, kartarau, kartaraha, pratama vibhakti, ekavachana, dvivachana, bahuvachana. Okay. So that r is becoming repa.
Okay. Thank you.
So any other questions?
I wanted to go back to that madhye, just like we had that madhye. Yachakayo madhye. Okay, so just like in chapter 2 is the 10th verse, senayor rubayor madhye. I was comparing with that. So is there a samasa there as well?
No, don't worry about samasa. Now, senayoho, ubayoho. Like because between ubayoho and madhye, it is the same case. Like here, yoho madhye, it becomes yor madhye.
Okay.
Okay, that is ubayor madhye. Here, yachakor madhye, yachakayor madhye.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
It's exactly same because Purvavarna ends with ya, yoho, and Paravarna it starts with ma. So the yoho will become yor.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Both of them will becomes yoho because both of them are pullinga shashti dvivachana.
Okay.
Nadi, Jagdish has one more question.
Yeah.
Nadi plus asti would become nadyasti.
Nadyasti, yes. Okay. So nadi plus asti. Nad plus e plus asti. Okay. So e is an ich or ik, and asti is a ach. Okay. So e will become ya. So that will be nad
plus asti.
Ya.
Nad plus e plus asti.
Yeah, let's just start with the e will become ya, right?
Right.
So that's what I'm typing. This yakara is the adesha for ikara of nadi. Clear?
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay. Any other questions like this about the yan sandhi? Because I am on the typing page. Okay.
One more question.
Yeah.
That vastu plus asti, vastu asti.
Okay. What is the question there?
U plus a.
Yeah. No, the answer is right. It is vastasti. Is there a question or doubt?
Doubt. I mean, that's correct.
Yes. So
Okay.
vasta plus v plus
asti.
Asti. Okay.
Okay.
This v was ukara before we made the sandhi. So this v was adesha for ukara, vastu.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. So when you break vastu, it will become vast plus u. That u, according to the rules, will change into vakara and sandhi rules. So becomes vastv plus asti, vastvasti.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
And of course, that maybe you might get some doubt because there are 3 consonants coming together now.
Right.
In Nadyasti, at least there's 2 consonants. 2 consonants we are used to because ya is a vowel becoming a consonant. But here, even before the vastu ukara, there's a conjunct consonant already. Okay. So they together become vasti. So there's the 3 consonants together. Okay.
Yeah.
But once you know that it is vastu, separate the vast and u and replace u step by step. Just change the u into verb. Okay. So let's close this. Oh, I should have kept it open. Then what do we need to do now? We need to share screen on the textbook. Let's go to the textbook. Okay, so let's go to the textbook. Let me go to the table. Okay, so we are on the Swara Sandhi table. Everybody can see my screen?
Yes.
Okay. So Savarna Dirgha Sandhi we covered. So okay, we are doing the top row first. Okay, the 3 sandhis, sandhi numbers 1, 2, and 3. 4 we covered, but we might touch it up later. So Purva Varna is Akara, Paravarna is Akara. So we last class we finished Savarna Dirgha Sandhi. Any questions on Savarna Dirgha Sandhi? Because today we are going to start with Guna Sandhi, number 2 sandhi.
Jagadishaji, I have a question. This is Uma. So in this, so the Purva Nimittam and Paranimittam becomes the sthanam.
Yes,
for
they
change?
collectively become sthanam because this is Purva Parayoho Eka, one replacement. Okay, so the nimitta, the reason should be there. That reason themselves are going to be the part of the change. Okay, now nimitta in the sense, if the Purvapada were not there, the Sandhi will not happen. So you will see this in all of these 3. The Sandhi number 1, 2, and 3, it is a replacement for 2 for 1. It's a common thing in all the 3. You will see that in the tomorrow's and Vruddhi Sandhi also. Okay, that is why the Purva Parayoho Ekaha comes down to several sutras.
Thank you.
So Savarna Dirgha is done. Now the Purva Pada is A and A, okay, or the Avarna. Okay, Purva Pada is Avarna. So first part is done. This is very short parts because Parapada will be Savarna of that. So just a small step. But now there is another sandhi when the Purva Varna is Avarna. If the Paravarna is one of the X, okay, Ikara, Ukara, Rikara, Likara, then what happens? The result is what is called Guna Sandhi. We will see that today. Okay. Now, if it is one of the diphthongs, A, O, I, O, then the Vruddhi Sandhi will come. Okay. So, when the Purva Varna is Avarna, Akara, A, and Paravarna is A or A, Savarna Dirgha, E to L, another Sandhi called Guna Sandhi, and A to Au, another Sandhi called Vruddhi Sandhi. Okay. So, today we will touch upon Guna Sandhi. Okay. Let's see what the book says about Guna Sandhi. And then we will go to the presentation. Okay, this is okay, it's already Vruddhi Sandhi. Okay, let's look at the Guna Sandhi. So, what is a Guna Sandhi? Guna Sandhi is when A, Purvavarna, immediately followed by Ik. A Guna is one of the substitutes that take place. Okay, that is what I mentioned. If the Paravarna is one of the Ik, I, U, R, R. Okay, because Paravarna can be A, but we already covered that. So Sutra says At Gunaha. We'll talk about that in the slide part. So just look at this. Purva Varna is Avarna. Avarna means any of the Akaras. Paravarna, the Sutra says Paravarna is Achi. Okay, we will see that in the other part. Okay, the result is guna. Now, does anybody remember what guna means?
A-O.
So we talked about that in the varna chapter, pronunciation chapter. Okay, Pāṇini defines 3 letters. They collectively and individually they are called guna letters. That is the short a, and o. Okay. So they are called guna. This guna has nothing to do with the normal understanding of guna. Okay, like a property or a characteristic. Okay, so sadguna, durguna, all those things doesn't apply. This guna means a, o. Okay. And you can see that if you see the sthana of that, a is guttural, a is guttural palatal. Okay, because a is combination a, e. Okay. So o is guttural labial. Okay. Which one of the guna becomes substitute decided by according to the sthana. We'll see that in detail in the presentation part and then come back to this. Okay. Stop. Share. Okay. So guna sandhi. Let's do the presentation. Okay. Guna sandhi. Let's take some examples of guna sandhi. Okay, where guna sandhi is used. Common words we have heard about, at least. Some of them are common. Only the last one you will not have heard of unless you attended another grammar class. Okay. Devendra Rameshah Suryodayah Yathoktam Varshartuhu Tavalkaraha. Okay. So, do we know what are the constituents that made these words? One of you can answer.
Deva plus
Deva Indra.
Deva Indra, okay.
Rama Isha.
No,
Okay.
Rama Isha.
Rama Isha.
Rama Isha. Okay, because both Rama and Rama are valid word. And when you are writing in English, you will write the same way, but they have totally different meanings. We talked about that in the Hrasva Dirgha importance. Okay. Rama Isha, because Rama is Trilinga, it is Rama ending with Dirgha. Okay, then next.
Surya
Udaya.
Surya Udaya and
Yatha Uktam.
okay. Now Surya Udaya, Surya is a short a, Yatha long a. Yatha Uktam. What about the next one?
Varsharitu.
Varshaha Rituhu.
Rutu. Varsha.
Okay. See, this is not a Visarga Sandhi. Okay. So there is no Varshaha. Actually, Varsha is Trilinga. Okay. So it's Varsha Rituhu.
Okay.
Okay. Here, because we are referring to the rain. Okay. Rainy season. Varsha Rituhu. Whatever the next one, you will not have heard of this. The last one.
Is it that instrument towel?
No, not at all. This is not lakāra.
Mahodaya, I think it is ta, va, and the l, and then akara.
Yes. It is tava and lakāra. Okay, we will see that. Okay. So you know these words, except for the last one, you will not have heard this, especially there, the first part you have heard, tava. Okay, tava is yours. In some prayers it is there. Okay. So here is the words Purvapada and Parapada. Deva plus Indra, Rama plus Isha, Surya plus Udaya, Yatha plus Uktam. Okay. So now, what is the Purvavarna and what is the Paravarna? Okay. Okay, Deva short A. So A plus E. Rama A plus E. Okay. Here A plus U. I am just picking examples so that all the elements of the ik are shown. Okay, in the Parapada. And both the Hraswa and Dirgha of the Purvapada are covered. Okay. Because Purvapada can be only A and A. That is what we talked about. We are still on the top row of the table. Okay. So here, as one of you pointed out, This is tava is one. Lakaraha. This is a grammar. Lakara is what? L sound. That's all it means. This is like saying your L sound or the L sound as you pronounce. So it's a made up word just for grammar class. Okay. Because the word lakara is, you don't find it in any of the literature or other than grammar, poetry, anywhere. Okay. Now, the two, both of them together is going to change into A, because you have the Deva plus Indra, but the combined word is Dev Indra. Okay, because A and E together become A. So you can see that the Purva before the A, Dev plus A plus Indra, Devendra. Rama plus A and E. Here it is short E, short and short E, but still the Adesha is A. Long E and long A and long E, the Adesha is A. Okay. So whether A on any form of A and any form of E will give you A. Okay. Surya Udaya, A plus U, O. Okay. Another long A plus U, result is O, Yathoktam. Okay. Now, in the case of Varshartuhu, A plus R, the Adesha is Ar. Okay. Tavalkaraha, A plus L, the Adesha is Al. Does anybody see any discrepancy here?
Yeah, the first three put only one akshara, and the second last two have like effectively two aksharas.
That's not.
It's A and A plus U both give O.
Yeah.
Dirgha becomes Raswa.
No, there's no Dirgha becoming Raswa. Everything, A, O, everything is.
No.
No, what's
In the first two.
No. What
Last two are
what am I looking for is we defined, or the guna is defined as A and O.
yeah,
Okay.
last two are
You see
does
that
have
A and O being Adesha here. So there's no ambiguity in the first four.
Mhm.
Okay. But Ar is not defined as a guna. Al is also not defined as a guna by Pāṇinian,
Guna.
right?
Mhm.
But still it's covered under guna sandhi. So there should be a further explanation for these two. These three will fit perfectly. Okay, we will see that now. Okay, so this is the result. Okay, till now there is no question, right? We will explain this. Where does the Ar came from? Okay.
One question, Mahodaya.
Yeah.
So in both Devendra and Ramesha, whether it is A or A, if it's small e or dirgha e, it's always replaced by A.
Right. Okay.
So okay.
Not only that, the A or the Purva Varna can be in any 18 shades of
Okay.
Akara. Paravarna can be any 18 shades of Ikara.
Okay.
Okay. But we commonly get Raswa and Dirgha only, so that is why we find a lot of examples for those. Okay. A lot of common names like Suresha, Ganesha, all those things come under the same group. Okay. So Purva Varna, if you see, take a look at all the blue ones, they're all short or long A. So Purva Varna is A. Okay. What about the Paravarna? Paravarna, in all the examples we can find for Gunasandhi, they are always E, U, R, L, R. Okay. So I wrote all the Achi. Okay. Again, just like Savarna Dirgha Sandhi. Okay. Paravarna, there we took only Akara. But here we wrote Achi. But the Paravarna examples we come across here is only E, U, R, L. Okay. E, U, R, and L. Okay. We'll explain that again. Last time also there were questions there. Why Achi? Okay. What are the Adeshas? Adeshas A, O, Ar, Al. Everybody agrees with the Adesha? There's only 4 possibilities, A, O or Al.
How about Guna has A, A, O, right?
A, A, O, yes. Okay. So what you answered, you have just mentioned is this. In the Varshartu, the first part of the Adesha is coming from the A. Okay, the Guna A. Where did the Refa came from? We will see. Okay, there's another sutra that comes into effect. There's there in the next page. Okay. Yes, you are right. The Akara here in Varshartu is because of the A as a Guna. Okay. Yes. And Shashti, place of change. Okay, so At means if the Varna is Akara, A Varna, its Panchami Vibhakti will be At. Why is that? Anybody? If there is a word saying just A, its Panchami Vibhakti will be At.
At, yeah.
Why do I say that?
Like Ramat.
Like Rama.
Exactly, like Ramat. Okay, Rama is Akaranta Pullinga. Here you are just saying that there is a word just A. Okay, if there is a word just A, its Panchami Vibhakti will be At. Okay, so if the At is the Purva Varna, okay, it is immediately followed by Achi. Okay, Achi is any swara. Okay, but as you can see in the top row of the Sandhi table, all the swaras are put into 2 groups or 3 groups. One group already covered, which is just Akara. Okay, Savarna Dirgha Sandhi. And the A, I, O, Au will be covered in another Sandhi called Vriddhi Sandhi. So if you take the Akara out, okay, because it is already covered, okay, in another Sandhi, A, I, O, Au will be covered in the Vriddhi Sandhi. What is left is covered in Guna Sandhi. Okay, so this Guna Sandhi is kind of a overall sutra. In that 2 pieces are taken out under the name of Savarna Dirgha and Vriddhi.
I have a question, Jagdisha ji.
Yeah.
Here when you said At is the 5th Vibhakti, I thought in this you always follow Marut Shabda, and Marut is Marutaha in Panchami.
No. So A, if the Akara, what is the ending consonant, ending letter in A?
Oh, okay. So Ramaha.
Ramaha. Okay, it's Akara.
Okay. So when would you Marut Shabda is in different.
If it is Marut, suppose this is ending in a consonant, then we'll take the example of Marut.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
Right now it is Varna, the letter is A. A is Akaranta.
Okay. Very good. Thank you.
Okay. So any Akaranta and with At, just like Rama Shabda.
Okay.
Fine.
So here Varsha is not really, Varsha is a, right? The Varsha.
No, Varsha has nothing to do with this. We are talking about the sutra here. Varsha is an example.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Okay. Now Varsha is Avarna because it is a Dirgha A only.
And it becomes A because of Guna.
Yeah, that is the result later on.
Right. Okay.
We haven't come to that yet. But anything A, this A means all 18 shades of A.
No, because if you consider A, that would be a different vibhakti, right? It would be like a Lata Shabda.
No, what we are.
Okay.
No. Okay. Purva Varna is Akara. Okay. That Akara represents all the 16, all the 18.
Got it. Yes, I'm sorry. Yes, I understand now.
Varna A, it is, whenever we say all the 18 A, you don't say A. It is represented by short A only. In your Maheshwara Sutra, all the 18 are represented by A only. This is that representative of all the 18.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you so
now
much.
Here, this is one of the 18. This is one of the 18. Okay.
Yeah.
Whereas Sutra is representative, right? The Sutra takes, it's a common denominator. It doesn't take all those things. Sutra is made for, whenever it can be made, they will make, consolidate it into one letter. That one letter is A in Maheshwara Sutra.
Yes.
So in the Maheshwara Sutra A, This is the fifth vibhakti of that A. Clear now?
Thank you. Clear, very clear. Thank you.
Okay, and the paravarna can be all any ach. But then here for this sandhi, we are taking up the leftovers after the guna and vriddhi sandhi. Okay, guna and vriddhi sandhis are savarna dirgha and vriddhi sandhi. Okay, so generally in grammar classes, the guna sandhi is the general rule in which you take out two pieces and the rest of it covered in the guna sandhi. Okay, so what are covered? Purva varna is akara. Okay, if a precedes. Guna is the adesha. Guna is what? A, O, A, and A. Okay, where the ara and the la came from, we will come to in the next page. Okay, at gunaha. When achi, if it is followed by a vowel. Okay, so as I wrote here, I wrote all the vowels to say ach, but then struck off akara because it's covered in savarna dirgha sandhi. A to au. So H, we'll talk about H in the vriddhi sandhi. Okay, what is left over of the 9 vowels? E, U, R. Okay, now remember this E, U, R, this E represents all the 18 shades of E, all the 18 shades of U, like that. Okay, achi, then gunaha ekaha, one letter replacement, one letter replacing both of them. Okay, that is the ekaha gunaha. Okay, so Purva parayoho, because you can see that this is replacing one letter replacing two. Okay, so the sutra for guna sandhi, the controlling sutra 6187, is just these two words at gunaha. Okay, and it borrows as anuvritti these three purva parayoho ekaha achi. Okay, you can see that this is common for savarna dirgha sandhi and this one also.
Is in the book it says ad, so ad.
Okay, that is fine. Okay, if you join this, okay, it will becomes ad guna, because this is guna, the starting letter here being a soft consonant, it will soften the ta into the corresponding da.
Oh, the third one. Okay.
Yeah, so this is one of the softening sandhis happens here. That is why in the sutra, if you read the sutras first, then it will be ad guna.
Yeah.
Okay, I just made it separate so that it matches what is above. Okay, I broke the sandhi so that you can see it visibly.
Wow, beautiful. Thank you.
Okay, so ad gunaha means at gunaha. At is panchami vibhakti of a. Gunaha is pratama vibhakti because it is a replacement. Okay, when does that happen? When this akara is followed by ach, but a specific group of ach, because others we exclude because they are covered elsewhere. Okay, so in the Sanskrita translation, if I have to make avarnat, if they are varna, ach pare, ach varne pare, any of the vowel that follows, purvayoho ekaha gunaha adeshaha bhavati. Okay, replacing purvapara, both the words are replaced by one guna varna. Okay, now let's talk about varshartu and tavalkara r and l in the next. Is there any question about these four examples by using this sutra? Okay, a plus a replaced by a, or any variety of akara and ikara combination is replied by a. Okay, a plus u is o. Okay. Now let's look at the sthanas of this. What is the sthana for akara? Is deva plus indra. What is the sthana for ikara?
Kantaha.
No, kanta is a, akara is kanta.
Talu.
Okay, ikara is talu. What is the sthana for a?
Kanta talu.
Kanta talu. Okay, so there is a reason why a is the replacing a e combination. Let's look at the same way here. You know, a or a, both of them. You know, any shade of akara is kantya, and any shade of ikara is talu. Okay, so replacement is a kanta talu. Okay, now we have three guna letters, right? Akara, which is kantya, ekara, which is kantatalu, and okara. Okara, what is the sthana for O?
Oshta.
Kantha Oshta.
Kantha Oshta. So if the Purvavarna is Akara and Padavarna is Ukara, they are replaced by a single word. Which is the best fit of the A, A, O?
Kantha Oshta.
Kantoshta. Okay, that is why Akara, Ukara will be replaced by Kantoshta, Okara. So there is a matching of the sthanas. Agreed?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Any questions about this? The first four. We will cover the next two examples. I have to go to the next page. Yes,
So
Amit?
I still have a question on one
Yeah.
thing. So we are only using these four letters E, U, R, L.
Yes.
But why is it still being called Ach? Why did
Ach is a general form. So I was thinking, what example can I give? Okay, let us say in a class, going back to in India, classroom in India. Okay, so let us say there are, say, 20 boys in the class. Okay, the teacher was good, so all the 20 passed. Okay. Now this is like saying Ach, all the vowels. Now among the 20, 5 people passed in the first class. Okay.
4 people?
Five people passed in the first class. So that is one group. Okay. And then say another 5 people passed in the third class. I say US because in India, because in US we don't have that concept of first class, second class, third class. In India, especially now, I don't know. When we are going to school, maybe most of us, like if you get over 60 and more, it's like considered first class, right? Yeah, that way. So that means when we say all the people passed, all the students passed, that is like saying Ach, all the vowels. Okay. So if you take out all the people, even all the people passed, and take the 5 passed in the first class, 5 passed in the third class, how many are left? And what did they pass in?
Second class.
They are in the second class. That is like the Guna Sandhi in the middle. Okay. So Achi, you can take Ach, but then when we come to Guna Sandhi, when we talked about the people who, the names of the students who passed in the second class, you don't name the first people passed in first class. You don't call the people called in the second class, even though you said all the people passed. Okay. I don't know how good an example is this, but Achi is taken as a general Paravarna, and then certain conditions are put on them. Okay, especially a specific condition is put on the Savarna Dirgha, specific condition is put on Vriddhi Sandhi, which comes next. Whatever is left over is covered by Guna Sandhi.
Okay, I think that explains it well. Yeah. Okay.
And then see this Guna Sandhi Sutra comes first, 6187. Okay, in the number series order. He says this is the like Guna Sandhi 6187 is like saying all the kids passed. Okay, then comes 6188. Okay, 6188 is the Vriddhi Sandhi. Okay, so Vriddhi Sandhi, let me. Yes, Vriddhi Sandhi 6188 comes next. Okay, so this is like saying all the 20 kids passed, 5 of them in the third class. Likely saying that. Okay, because there is a AH here which specifies 5. Okay,
Yeah.
AH is part of Ach, right? This is like a mega set, big set and the subset. Okay, Achi is a big set. Of that, we took one part out. That is one set, subset, and H, A-I-O-O, another subset. Whatever is left is covered by Guna Sandhi.
Okay.
Okay, all other Ach, other than the A and the H. That obviously, if you take out a out, you start with e, u, ru, r, h. So a is included here, so you don't include a in the guna sandhi. Make sense?
So Mahodaya, this depends on applying the sutras in a particular way. Namely, first the general one. Okay, no, first the exception has to be taken out. So there's a particular way it is.
Yes. Whenever, see, the general rule is there, but exception rules are powerful. They, what is that? They override.
That's what I was going to say. Oh, they override the general rule. I see.
Right. It's always, see, there's a grammatical terminology. The general rule is called Utsarga Sutra. Okay, general rule. Exception is the Apavada. Okay. So you always say the Savarna Dirgha and Vriddhi Sandhi are exceptions for Guna Sandhi. Okay.
Got it. So the Guna Sandhi is the Utsarga and the Vriddhi.
Yeah, Vriddhi and Savarna Dirgha are Apavadas to that Utsarga.
Got it.
Okay. So it will come in the textbook also. He said, like in a set theory, picture is shown, and we will discuss this with the diagram.
Hello?
Come to the textbook. Okay.
Hi. Okay, Bobby, I know that. Why do you bother me like that? You know it very well yourself, but then why do you do it?
Please mute and speak. Okay. Any questions on this other than the r and the l part that we will cover right now? Okay. So a becoming a and a u becoming o. No questions. Okay. And you understand the sutra. Okay. At is Panchami Vibhakti of a. Okay. Now let's see the justification how the Varshartu and Tavalkara happened. Okay. Because there is another step for that. Another sutra comes into play. Okay. Again, remember the Guna Sandhi Sutra 6187 is a Utsarga, or it's a general sutra. And the Savarna Dirgha, which we already covered, is an exception to that, just for because a is Savarna. That is its exceptionality. Okay. And h, that is the h is specifically mentioned. Among the h follow this exception. Among the a follows the Savarna Dirgha exception. Whatever left follows the Guna Sandhi. Clear?
Yes.
All right. If you want to say yes, more than one people can unmute. Okay. Okay. Now let's look at this. By the definition of guna, okay, we have the guna, akara, ekara, okara, okay, and this, where is it was said 112, the sutra number 2 in the book, okay, adeng gunaha is at, eng gunaha, okay, and I explained this, but to refresh the memory, at means short a only, okay, whenever Pāṇini adds an it letter, ta, just the it letter ta. You have to listen to this carefully because this will keep coming often. Okay. So if Pāṇini adds a takara as an it letter after any vowel, that means the vowel of that length only. Okay. Here he added after the short a. That means short akara only. Okay. So this is the definition of guna. Okay. So short akara. Okay. The theme means here the dirgha a and the extra long a and all those things are not included. Only short a. Okay. So only short a is guna. And eng. What does eng mean? Where did eng come from? AO. Okay. So that is why this AO. So at, which is akara only, eng, which is AO, they are called gunas because this is what is called a Samnya Sutra. Okay. Last time somebody asked what is a Adhikara Sutra. Adhikara Sutra is just tells about how the other sutras behave, how long. Okay. This is a Sanya Sutra. Sanya Sutra is like defining. Here is defining what is meant by the word guna. So Sanya Sutra means it just says this is called this in the field of grammar. Okay. So guna means a, o. So we have learned this few days ago. So that is coming into effect now. At that time I said this will come in when we talk about guna sandhi. Okay, that's what happened. So this is the sutra, Guna Sandhi controlling sutra 6187 At Guna. Okay. So in the Devendra example, okay, Deva, A plus A, all those things. So what happened? Kanta talu. A is the Kanta talu. Okay, Kanta, Deva, Akara is Kanta, Ikara is talu. So you got Kanta talu, Devendra. Okay. I think I have to switch this. And Surya and Udaya. And Yatha Uktam. Okay, in the examples given, Yatha Uktam. Akara is Kantya, Ukara is Oshta, replacement is Kantoshta, which is O. We already talked about that because, you know, there are more examples there, so I thought I will cover it on that way. But it is shown separately here. Then, what about the other ones? Saptarshaya, okay. What example did I give? Varshartu. Okay, I took another example. Instead of Varshartu, here I took another example. Sapta Rishaya, same sandhi. Okay. Sapta is A. Rishaya, R. So A plus R. This is Varshartu, Varshartu, same sandhi. Okay. Now, what is the combination here? What is the Purvavarna Sthana and Paravarna Sthana?
Is the
Kantha and Kantha is avarna.
Yeah.
Murda.
Is
Murda. The answer is right there. My cursor is
Murda.
there. Okay, the
Kantha
question,
murda.
but it's there. Okay.
Kantha murda.
Kanta and Murda. Okay. Now, Kanta and Murda, among the three guna letters given here, which is the closest? If you have to pick one.
We would pick because at least is Kantha.
At least it is partly true, right? If you take A, you are partly wrong, right? Because Talavya is not there. Okay. So that is where the Varshartu Akara came from. Varshartu Saptarshaya, all those things. I showed that earlier. Okay. So that is where the Akara came from. Of the three, you have to pick A. But then if you don't you can't totally neglect the Murda part, the R and L at the end. Okay. So Pāṇini came up with with S different sutra, another sutra. Okay. So that is this one. Okay. 151. What the sutra says is, the sutra goes like Uranraparaha. Okay. So Uranraparaha is Vuhu, is sixth vibhakti of. What is Uhu? Never heard of that. Okay. Annu we know, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So what is Anna?
Ayun.
Ayun. So A-I-U.
Yeah.
Okay. This is the first Anna, not the second one. So the other one. Okay. A-I-U. Okay. Vuhu Anraparaha. Let's explain what this is. Okay. This is not covered in the book. This sutra was not brought in the book. But to explain the Maharshi, Saptarshi, Varshartu, all those things, this sutra has to be mentioned. Okay. So Uranraparaha takes refuge under Uranraparaha. Now here, Vuhu is the sixth vibhakti of Rikara. Okay. Vuhu is the sixth vibhakti of R. How do we know? We haven't studied that.
I'm lost.
Like, suppose you have a Pitru Shabda. You know the Pitru Shabda, right?
Yeah.
Pitru Shabda is ending with R, right?
Yes.
Pitru. What is the Shashti Ekavachana of Pitru?
Pituhu.
No, Shashti. Pita is the Pratama Ekavachana.
Pituhu.
Pituhu. So Pitru becoming Pituhu, Ru will become what in Shashti?
Who?
Ru will become U, right? Uhu. Pitru become Pituhu, Ru become Uhu.
Uhu.
Okay, so that is what Pāṇini is using here. Okay, Uhu and Raparaha. Now, here this and is the overall sutra. Let me mention read the meaning. When an an is in purple, okay, that means it is Adesha. When a an is an Adesha in the place of R. Okay, is that the case here in our Sandhi?
No.
No.
Now we said
Partial.
yeah. Now we said the R okay, in the place of R, we are taking akara as adesha. Okay. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Because, this a and r, so we took a as the adesha. This sutra says whenever one of the and letters, it may be akara, ikara, ukara, is an adesha replacing a r, okay, then that adesha should always be followed by a ra. Okay. Now this ra is ra and la, because if you see the Maheshwara Sutra, the la has a anuswara or the Chandrabindu on top.
Yeah.
Okay. Now Chandrabindu is also a vowel with nasalization, is a ith letter. Okay. So if you say ra, means ra, the la, the a comes after lakara, right? La. So ra and la together will become ra as a abbreviation. Okay. So even before the na, there is a ith letter a, which is attached to la. And while during the Maheshwara Sutra, we mentioned that the na, ka, nya, cha, all those are ith letter. In addition, though, to the anuswara akara after the la, which is not ucharanartha. We said all others like a hayavarat, the akara after h is ucharanartha, except for the one after la, because it has a nasalization. And later on, we'll see what are the definitions of ith letters. Okay, there are certain 7 sutras that define the ith letters. One is nasalized. Okay, any vowel that is nasalized is an ith letter. So if ra is the starting letter and the nasalized akara comes after la, so ra and la will be the an for this. Okay, so the you have this akara from the previous list. Okay, and then the akara coming from the replacement of r will always be followed by, if it's a rikara, you replace by ra, repa. If it's a likara, you replace by la. So in effect, you are replacing it by r will become ar. Okay. So what we said is a and r, 2 for 1 replacement, the nearest we can get is a. But this sutra says whenever the replacement is one of the and letter is replacing repa, then it has to be followed by ra. Okay. So that is how you get saptarshi. Okay. Ar comes. This akara is one of the guna letters. Okay. The closest of the guna letters. This ra is because of this sutra. It says that if akara is the replacement for r or l, then that replacement should be followed by the corresponding ra or la. That is how we get Tavalkaraha, Maharshi, Saptarshi, all those things. Okay. So it's the R is not a guna letter. The Gr comes in because of this sutra. So that is how we got this Ar and Al.
Jagdishaji?
This is is not as direct or as straightforward as A and O Adesha, because this involves another sutra and this is a little tricky sutra. Okay. That is why in the textbook, they just say that A I is replaced by A, A U is replaced by O, A R is replaced by A, R, A R is replaced by Al. Okay. That is what the book says. But there is a sutra behind that. Okay. So question should come, Ar is not a guna letter, Al is not a guna letter. Where did the Ra and La came from? They are not guna letters by themselves. So they came because of this sutra. A came from this sutra, but R and L part of the Adesha came because of this additional sutra. Yeah, questions?
I had a question about the nasalized lakara.
Yeah.
Not lakara, la.
Yeah.
In that, the la, the vowel la followed by
Yeah.
So you're saying that the nasalized is the it letter.
Yes.
Want to use the la.
Yes, actually, if you look at this, this is the only sutra that makes use of that nasalized vowel to consider it letter, because you have to bring in both rakara and lakara, right?
Got it. I had another question, Jagadish.
Yeah.
In the book, in the sutra book, I think Sadhyayi.
Okay.
It doesn't say at, it says at. Is there any reason why it says at, not at?
For which one?
6.
Which sutra?
6. The Guna Sutra.
Okay. Yeah, it says at because that is the Panchami Vibhakti of A. Like Ramat.
Okay. At, okay.
Okay. Rama, Ramat, A. Okay. Any Karanta will end with At for 5-1.
Mahodaya, there can be a little bit of confusion, but I don't think there should be, which is At is different from At. At is the Panchami Vibhakti, but At is the single Varna.
Single Varna A. So there At, the Takara, there is a Pāṇini's mechanism. It's called Tapara-karanam. Means adding a ta afterwards, adding a takara afterwards. That means restricting to the same, that length only. Rasva is at. So if Pāṇini wants to make a sutra with only short e, he will say it.
So Jagdish, can we say that in at, ta is a it letter, and in at is the Panchami Vibhakti?
Yeah, at, ta is not the letter. At is because of the Ramat thing.
Yes, yeah.
Okay. It's very easy. It's possible to say at can be a it letter for dirgha a.
Yes, yeah.
So that has to be clarified. That has been clarified by the Bhāṣyakaras. For Gunasandhi, at means the Panchami Vibhakti. Okay, and later on, somewhere you might come across at where Pāṇini might mean it's a specific sutra for a, dirgha a only. Okay. And on the context, when you come to the Sandhi context, depending on what the result is, then we will know. Okay. Right now, maybe we are just stepping into Pāṇini's procedures. We don't know right now. But later on, we will know when to use it as a it letter, when to use it as a Panchami Ekavachana. Okay. Here it is a little clearer because I put it in blue. Okay. Any other questions? We'll continue on this. This Gunasandhi is done, but we have to look at some examples and exercises. We'll do that in the next class. And
how does Rishi become Arsha?
Oh, Rishi became Arsha for a different reason. Okay. This is that which came from the Rishis. there is a pratyaya, okay, something derived, just like Dasharatha's son become Dasharati, right?
Okay.
So the vriddhi for that will be R. Just like we said, the guna for r is ar, right?
Right.
So the vriddhi, next vriddhi sandhi, we will look at that. The vriddhi for r will be R.
Dirgha.
Dirgha. So rishi, and that whatever pratyaya comes, like that came from, like, when we say Śāṅkara-bhāṣya, it is not Śāṅkara-bhāṣya, it is Śāṅkara-bhāṣya.
Okay.
Okay, Shankarat Agatam.
Okay.
So what happened there? Shankara became vriddhi. The akara of the sha became vriddhi. So there are certain pratyayas or suffixes. When they add whatever the noun base they add to, okay, that they will get what is called adi vriddhi. The first vowel become adi vriddhi. That is what happened in Arsha. Okay, so that is not because of the vriddha sandhi, that is the effect of the pratyaya that is adding. That forces the vriddhi letter. So the first vowel of rishi is r, right?
Right.
So adi vriddhi, first vowel becomes digha. R should be replaced by R. In vriddhi, when we come to vriddhi sandhi, we will see that. Just like ar, we saw ar in Maharshi, we will see an equivalent of R.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. There may be more questions. So if guna sandhi is one of the little more involved sandhi. Okay. Savarna dirgha is simple. Vriddhi sandhi is simple. And yan sandhi is simpler also. We already talked about those. Okay. Guna sandhi itself, because it's a little tricky, especially because of the r and l. Okay. Hope you understand the other part. The a and o are pretty simple. Okay. Whereas the r and al, you have to bring the a from one source and r and l from another sutra. Okay. That's the only difference. And any questions we will discuss. So if you have any questions, just note it down, bring it up. Not only you, somebody else might be having the same question. So we'll try to answer. Let's do the prayers. Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah, Sarve Santu Niramayaha, Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu, Ma Kaschid Dukkha Bhag Bhavet, Asato Ma Sadgamaya, Tamaso Ma Jyotirgamaya, Mrityorma Amritam Gamaya, Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate, Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate, Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. So as I mentioned, of these Swara Sandhis, Guna Sandhi is a little tricky one because it involves 2 sutras. And the Vriddhi Sandhi and the next 3-4 Sandhis will be simpler because they're 1 sutra only. Okay.
Yeah. Just have a question.
Yeah.
We talked about the ru is a vriddhi, so it becomes r. But then what happens to she? She is what happens?
No. So there's a totally different topic.
Okay.
Because you have to know something about the pratyaya, what pratyaya adds, and whenever a pratyaya adds, it brings up some changes.
Okay.
It's like a chemical reaction. When 2 reactions come together, there is some electron exchange. That happen in both.
Okay. Thank you.
So it's a little more involved, and we will cover those. Okay, or at least, if not Rishi itself, all this Adi Vriddhi happening, that we will cover in book 3.
Oh, okay. So next.
So it is still far behind.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay.
Shubharat.
Concept, the letter Vriddhi will come there. When we discuss that, then we will see this Vriddhi thing.
Okay.
Thank you, Jagdish.
Okay.
Thank
Thank
you.
you so much.
I have another class at 7:30.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jagdish.
Shubharatri.
Thank you.
Hari Om.